guys, this is part 3 of my series Authentication for your Ionic 2 apps. Since I have already discussed a lot about what I will be doing in this series, without further ado, we will just get into the series. You need to watch part 1 and part 2 in order to understand this, since we have already built 3/4 of the application in those two parts. The first part covered the back end and the second part covered the front end of the application. In this part we will be seeing how to use the token which we received in the end of second part to make an authorized request to the backend. Okay, let's get started. We have the front end and the server running, and then our app is running here in the browser, and then my code is here as we left off in part 2. I'll just start from here. So what I'll be doing now is that I'll have some function there in the server backend and an API wired up to it. I'll call that function. I'll make an authorized call from here to that function. That function will check the call, take the header and get the token from the call, decode it and see if it's indeed a valid user, and then if it's a valid user it will send a response, else it won't send a response. That's the thing we are doing here. So I'll just wire up the front end first here. So user page is the page which logged in users see, right? So from here I'll make the call. I'll create another button, maybe button, click, go to get info or something, get info. Okay, get info. Yeah, I have created a button now. This button will be hooked up to a function get info. This function will be present in the auth service as usual. Get info. Okay, so let's open up our service and write it out. This is the add user function. So get info, and this, unlike the other two functions, this will make a get request. So we need to make the headers accordingly. Where headers, or wait, we'll just return this entire thing in a promise as we have done with the other two. Promise resolve, and then where headers, go to new headers dot append. We'll just append it to the authorization. What we'll be appending is the token, right? Okay, so if the user is authenticated and he is shown the user page, then obviously the token will be there in the local storage. So headers dot append authorization. We'll just add a keyword bearer. This is also called as bearer token, since we are passing it in the authorization header. So bearer plus this dot auth token. Yeah, okay. Now let's make the actual call. http.get http localhost 233. Sorry, get info, headers dot subscribe data. Okay, yeah, we have the front end ready. Now this will return a thing to the user page.js. We'll have something here to then. Obviously that will return a promise, so I'm writing it then. Okay, now I think you understand what I'm trying to do here. Sorry. Okay, now let's take a look into let's open up the backend and create the get info function there, so that this, and wire up an API endpoint there so that this can make the actual call. back in Ionic authentication. I'll just save these. And first we'll go ahead and create the method get info, a function, and the function will have a request and a response. And if the request should have headers, right? Headers dot authorization, and so we'll just split the header so that authorization dot split of, we had a blank space, right? So we'll use that blank space to split, and 0, it will split whatever before whatever was present inside the header dot authorization before the blank space. It will have in array of 0, and after the blank space it will have in array of 1. It will have two things, right? Two parts of the string, right? So this should be equal to bearer, because before the space bearer we passed it along with the bearer string. So okay, now if it's true, then what should I do? Then I'll use the token also. I can just split it and head it headers dot authorization dot split space of 1 will have the actual token. Yeah, now I have the token. Then I need to decode it, where decoded token equal to JWT. I'll use it again, and instead of encode this time I'll use decode token comma config dot secret. I'll use my secret thing to decode this token with the same secret I used it to encode it. Okay, now we have a decoded token. Then return response.json. I'll just return a success message, success true. Message would be hello plus decoded token dot name will be there inside the user object, right? So decoded token dot name. Okay, so yeah, that would be the end of this if statement. And if header is not there, we'll write a else return response.json success false and message no header. Yeah, now you got it, right? If there are no headers present, I'll just return no header. If there are headers present, I'll take the authorization component of that header and split it into two based on the blank space. The first part will have bearer, and the part after the blank space will have the actual token. So I'll take the token, decode it using my secret. Only if the token is valid, it can be decoded, right? So after that, I'll just pass the success message if it's decoded. So let's see what this does, so that you'll get a better idea. I'll open up my front end again. First of all, I'll just wire up an API route to this router dot get request. So get info actions dot get info. Yeah, okay, so I'll restart my server and see if there are any errors. There are no errors, that's fine. Let's open up the front end. Yeah, then this data, the returned one will have what will it contain? It will have a success, not success. Yeah, it will have a success and a message, right? So why don't we use an alert as we used before, just to show. Import page command have controller alert. Yeah, correct. So we'll just go ahead and yeah, alert, and I'll use this if data.json dot success. Instead of sending this different sort of data and manipulating it here, I can just directly do that in the JSON itself, right? Subscribe data, if data dot JSON dot success resolve data dot resolve data or data.json, or should I just resolve data.json dot resolve with the whole, else resolve false. Okay, now it's much simpler, right? So we'll just go to the user page. Now the data will have, upon success it will have if data dot success, because the JSON part is there, this will be true, right? So if data dot success, what I should do is I'll use the alert, where alert equal to alert dot create title would be data dot success, subtitle would be data dot message buttons. Okay, so yeah, we now have an alert, and this dot nav dot present alert. Yeah, so now what we have done is, I'll explain it in simple terms. I have a button in my user page, that is the logged in page. Upon clicking that button, it will call the get info. The get info will call the get info method from the auth service. Inside the auth service, I have made a REST API called a get request, along passing the token along with that in the authorization header. There in the backend, I just get the token, decode it using my secret, and then if it's valid, then I'll send a response that it's valid, and I'll receive that response here, and then print that response back as an alert. That's what I have done. Let's see if it works. Okay, what I'm going to do is test user test 1 2 3 login, and I'll just press get info. Nothing happens. I think we have made an error somewhere. Let's see. Not enough for too many segments. I made a mistake, I guess. Let me check. Are we passing the token, actual token? First of all, we need to verify that, right? Put a console.log this dot token. No, we don't have the auth token. That is the problem. So what do we need to do? It's simple, right? We have a method for that. We have a method called load user credentials. We'll get the local storage.get item, put it in the token, and then use credentials, and then set the auth token. So we'll just use that method first of all. What we are going to do is this dot load user credentials. Okay, so now this will load the user credentials and make the auth token available for us. Let's see whether this works. Test user test 1 2 3 login and get info. Yeah, see, true. Hello test user. I didn't pass the name of the user anywhere, right? I just passed the authorization, the token which we had received in the header of the get request. It's decoding the header decoding the token and then sending a response along with that response I just sent the name. Usually what people do is I just decoded the token and sent something which was present in the token itself back as a response. Usually people what they do is once they decode the token and if it goes successfully, then they will do the operation which they want, like updating a profile or changing a profile picture or manipulating a data or moving something else or some other interaction with the backend. That's what they do. Once they confirm and verify that the get request is an authorized request. Yeah, that's it guys. That's the end of the our series. So if you have any other doubts, please put it up as a question in the comment below. Yeah, okay, so you might wonder what if the token is caught in between and if they try to decode, right? So maybe I'll just show you an example of what might happen. This config.secret is our original secret. Instead of this, I am using some other thing, like say for example a fake secret. I'm using this key to decode the token. Now let's see what happens. Right, Mongo is connected, server is running. I'll just clear this and then we'll refresh this. Test user, test 1 2 3, login. Now if I give get info, I don't get anything, right? The reason is that, wait, I'll show you. See, here it shows signature verification failed because we tried to decode it using a wrong config.secret which we used in the backend. So this is what happens unless you have the config.secret which you used to which you used to encode the JW token, you can't decode it. So this I say would be a pretty much secure system. There are far more extra accessories to it, like for example you could set an expiry time for each and every token, and upon completion of the time or if the time elapses, then the token would expire and be invalid. So yeah, you could do stuff like that. So yeah, that's it guys. This ends up our series of authentication. I hope you enjoyed all the 3 parts. Whatever code I have written so far and the complete code also will be available on my GitHub profile, which I'll share a link on my blog. The link to my blog is available in the description below this video. So if you need any more help, you can just drop a comment there in my blog or here below this video and I'll help you out guys, don't worry. Or if you have any more suggestions or if you would like to see any more tutorials regarding Ionic 2 or Angular 2, kindly drop a comment below. Yeah, that's it guys. Hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and also please hit thumbs up. Until I see you in my next video guys, peace, bye.